Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coin Lady channel. Up around 6% XRP at the time of this recording, the crypto market was in a state of flux, but we'll talk about why XRP seems to be rising slightly more quickly than the competition. But before we do that, there are several major items on the docket, including a grayscale verdict in their action against the SEC. They hope to use the proceeds from the ETF conversion to secure a Bitcoin spot ETF. And a Bloomberg expert is telling us that the verdict will likely side with grayscale. Don't get too excited just yet. Even if you do win, the phrasing of the judgment could make a Bitcoin ETF for the spot market unlikely. In the end, we know we'll succeed. It's a very ridiculous argument, but the SEC is battling us tooth and nail the whole way. Except a Bitcoin futures exchange traded fund. If investors are safe doing so, then there must be a compelling reason to prohibit a spot ETF. That's why they're taking legal action against them. They are citing the Administrative Procedures Act as their legal basis. You can't discriminate against one type of investment under the APA and then turn around and do the same thing to another type without a good reason. They were thoroughly defeated in court. According to the Bloomberg analyst, the SEC may be instructed by this wording to re-examine the application in order to find fresh reasons justifying the use of grayscale. The reason why they won't approve your spot ETF request. Of course, now they'll have to support them or face being taken back to court. However, if they are given any wiggle room, such that they are willing to waste taxpayer money by litigating in court, they will likely change anything. Even the SEC has been rumored to pose a threat. At the very least, we'll eliminate the futures-based ETF, so you won't end up with a spot ETF. To Stephen's dismay, no exchange-traded funds exist for Bitcoin. And I guess that's another hypothetical way the SEC can approach this, but eventually your fun and games are going to end. You're going to get a really irritated judge that's going to bring the hammer down on you. Yep. And I believe they are very close to succeeding. And in many of these trials, the SEC's arguments are met with judicial irritation. This is significant because courts typically rule in favor of the regulator in such cases. Another fascinating case was settled today, the SEC's action against the brothers who were allegedly trading on inside information about which coins would soon be featured on Coinbase. The Department of Justice lawsuit was a no-brainer. The market was obviously manipulated. There shouldn't be any securities listed on Coinbase, and this case is a little different because the SEC needs to demonstrate what securities are at play here. Instead of pressing the issue, they dropped it. A representative from the SEC stated that the organization has not reached any legal findings on the token's security status. They are not charging any extra costs to the parties here. They obviously gave up and abandoned their original stance on this issue. The matter is closed, and we can proceed. However, they have not concluded that this relates to securities in any manner. And I think that was a major setback for the SEC because there was obvious wrongdoing, fraud, and manipulation. The Department of Justice really got them. It was undeniable fraud, extreme market manipulation, but the SEC could do little about it because, once again, in order for them to have authority, securities must be involved. As everyone is aware, the legal status of cryptocurrencies remains murky, or else the SEC would not have washed their hands of the matter and closed it out. Although I support the DOJ's decision to impose fines and penalties on those responsible for the fraud and market manipulation, I do not support the perpetrators. Remember, the SEC isn't attempting to protect us from manipulation, therefore this was a significant thing from the Bitcoin community's point of view. They've been trying to gain leverage in a case that likely has little to do with them, but their efforts have so far been fruitless, leading to a recent uptick in XRP prices. At the time this was recorded, I believe our gain for the day was around 6%, bringing us to little over 51 cents. Again, by the time this is published, who knows what the price of cryptocurrency will be, but people are questioning what the heck is going on. The XRP pump has everyone wondering, what gives? And honestly, it might be anything. but I will tell you what I think it is not: inside information of an impending settlement or something similar. Because of the debt ceiling agreement and the fact that we are not headed for imminent disaster, at least from a default standpoint, I believe that several things react fairly bullishly today, including the stock market. This is getting exciting. Well, I think XRP is just about due for a run, perhaps a little cheap when compared to everything else in the crypto industry, and today it's up a little more than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bullish acquisitions by Ripple provide the impression that the company is doing well. After all, if they're buying up other businesses, they must be certain that they can win this race. It's partly like that. And we're on the verge of a verdict that everyone expects to be positive. I feel compelled to emphasize that now. Until we hear the verdict, we have no idea what will happen. However, most people believe that the verdict will be favorable after witnessing these court proceedings and all the material that has been revealed. When you consider everything, I see a positive time for XRP. We can only speculate as to how long this will go on for, but I believe he has just put all the pieces together. A summary judgment will be the moment of truth, but until then, anything might happen. And, XRP is due for a little bit of a run-up. It's nothing crazy or out of the norm, it's to be expected. Let's just chill out and see when that drops. And we have terrific attorneys who can dissect whatever ruling it is in a thorough fashion. For us. A definition, please. For me, this is the foundation for 2024 and 2025. What comes next, the bull run? Is this a bunch of junk that we can just wipe away? Can we avoid taking such a silly chance? Or is this no longer a threat? Hopefully, we'll get at least a little more insight into this situation shortly. In what ways does today's court consider the crypto market when interpreting the law? It's likely that we haven't seen a Coinbase lawsuit since this issue is so significant for XRP, the market as a whole, and even exchanges. They are interested in seeing how this develops. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. And please keep in mind that I'm not a financial advisor. You should not sell or buy anything because of anything I say. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you in the next video. Bye.